The core truth behind your self-sabotaging tendencies lies within fixing all three of these realms. Firstly, fixing your poor mental health. Secondly, integrating that lost, unmet part of your shadow self. And thirdly, living a lifestyle that isn't conducive to whatever goal you actually want to achieve. This video will be on the first one, fixing your poor mental health. I will have videos on the second two. Why should you listen to me? I have managed to change my life several times over, going through periods of self-sabotage over and over and over again. I used to be fat, I used to have extremely poor mental health, I used to be shy as hell, I used to be addicted to several things, porn, video games, junk food, scrolling, broken all of that. And through each of these experiences, I've had to fix and understand my self-sabotaging tendencies and understand the root reason. And it's come down to these three things. So, to fix your poor mental health, there are a few things that we can do. Firstly, we need to have a look at your thoughts on a day-to-day basis. What thoughts do you think? What is actually going on in your brain? Do you think about petty drama? Do you think about the video game you're going to play when you get home? Do you think idle thoughts that don't contribute to anything? Do you think negativity about yourself, about others? Is one of the biggest things I've found that no one talks about when leveling up their mental health. Because when I ruthlessly took note of what I was actually thinking about on a day-to-day basis, I realized I was just being superficial, petty, and just wasting time. How does this actually relate to improving your mental health? Look into either the law of attraction or quantum physics. Both of them state that you become basically what you think about. On top of that, you attract into your life what you constantly think, dwell upon. If you're thinking about, I don't know, the news or this bad event that's happening, or how you're always being a victim, you're going to attract more of this into your life. If you're constantly negative, if you're constantly seeing the negative in others, thinking about that, replaying it in your own head, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to attract more of this into your life. Personally, I used to be extremely fucking negative. I used to not look at the positive in others. I used to not be grateful. Now I have an awesome gratitude practice, which has actually changed my life, not gonna lie. Anyway, gratitude, looking for the good in other people, looking for the good in situations. Because when you actually start looking for the good in situations, you're not so negatively biased. You attract more of what you actually look for. Confirmation bias. You now have biases in your brain working for you instead of against you. You already know what confirmation bias is. We just seek to confirm what we already know to be true. And we will find and basically make information appear in order to confirm this already held bias. So if we believe the world to be a shit place, we're going to find more information that confirms this already held belief. I want you to imagine two people now. One person has a gratitude practice, meditates, is aware of his own thoughts, levels up his metacognition regularly, that's just the ability to think about one's thoughts, and changes his thoughts from looking at it from a negative point of view to looking at it from finding the good in others, finding the positive in the situation, looking for growth in negative situations. This is person one. And person two is literally the antithesis of him in every single way. He isn't aware of his own thoughts, drowns out his thoughts with social media, anything that he can get his hands on. And then when he does have time to think, it's negative, it's failure thoughts, self-doubt, things like that. He doesn't control his own mind, his mind controls him. And then as a result, he is fed more of the same to keep going with that reality. So now we have these two people. Who do you think is going to be more likely to self-sabotage? They want to achieve a goal. They want to lose 20 kilos of fat. They're both overweight. Who do you think is going to be more likely? This person's likely to fail once and then spiral into a loop of, I can't, I'm a failure. While this person sees growth, sees the positive. Oh yeah, I already stepped in the gym. I'm already better than I was yesterday. Can you see how just small changes in thinking would absolutely either spiral upwards or spiral downwards. So my main piece of advice to fix your mental health is to ruthlessly control your thoughts. Be aware of, and only think thoughts that you want to actually materialize, that you want to be your reality. Do you constantly think about pettiness, negative things? Stop it. You are in control, and you can just replace it with positive ones. Try it right now. I want you to think of someone you hate. And now, you have that picture in your mind. You probably likely feel the emotion of bitter hatred. Now, replace that with feelings of gratitude and love. Think of someone you love, the best person in your life. Take the image of the hate out and put the loved one in instead. You can't simultaneously have them in your mind at the same time. You can consciously, I was thinking about that, now I'm going to think about that instead. You can do that, and that has changed my mental health. So before I go though, one practice that has changed my life as well, that I did talk about earlier, what is one thing you're grateful for? What is one thing you're grateful for? I'm grateful for recording this video, and I'm about to go to Muay Thai right after this, and I'm going to love it. It can be simple as that. Just anything you're grateful for, say it out into the world, say it in your mind, write it down in the comments, whatever you want. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, helps me out a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.